Game 82, the last for many players in Calgary Silks, and the last chance for us to watch the 22-23 team, which had so much promise and so much dysfunction. But look at this, so much denim. Milan Lucic, that's how you close out your career in Calgary, potentially. Rocking the Jean Zito. Fuck yeah. I mean, maybe you could throw on some Python belly boots and belts, but I mean, that is A1. If you're going to go out, you go out on top, Milan. Don't be doing no PTO nonsense in another market. You let that Canadian tuxedo, Game 82 in Calgary, be it. And you go out on top, baby.
Now, are you going to bug him about the hair coloring?
Like Milan can do whatever the hell he wants.
Shit about
hey, frosted tips. Hey, yeah, go tell me that's ridiculous.
Me? Yeah. Tell him that? God, no.
Yeah. Well, I think you're the guy for the job.
I think the toughest guy in the league gets to do whatever the fuck he wants and no one says shit. That's kind of how the world works, right? Yeah, okay. Everyone agrees. I was ready for you to fight me on that or something like that. Okay, let's move along. So there's the game. Clearly some great vibes going. That's a vet. Now, what about the kids? How about another Calgary sports legend ahead of the game, pumping up one of his hometown boys, Jeff Garcia?
What's up, Calgary? Hey, this is Jeff Garcia, and I want to bring a great welcome to my fellow Gilroy homeboy, goaltender for the Calgary Flames tonight, Dustin Wolf. Hey, you're a battler, you're a fighter, you're going to come through, my man. Continue to work your tail off and be the best that you can be. Just like you've been the best the last couple years, you're going to rise and shine. Be it, do it, let's live it. All the best, brother.
So both from Gilroy, California, Jeff Garcia and Dustin Wolf, homeboys. We need to work a little bit. What do you call it? Is that working the mic when wrestling?
The stick, yeah.
There's some energy, but I feel like a couple tweaks.
He cut a good promo there.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Like if that's square one, we get him into, get him into the Hearts basement. We can really work on
him. And McCarty could have
coming up.
That's right.
At WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Brother, I'll be ringside as your special counsel.
The Gilroy guys are coming for you, San Jose.
Get those tag team straps ready.
Yeah.
I like it.
I don't mind it. So Jeff Garcia win, and I was surprised to see that.
Boy, Jeff.
Homeboys. And, sometimes crazy things happen in the last game of the year. Remember when Mark Jankowski scored 4 against the Vegas Golden Knights?
Yeah.
And Akeem Alou was getting his name chanted with 2 points. This last game in the NHL. Last night we had another one of those fellas. The old Zadorov roller coaster. It was a triple looper last night. Feast your eyes. That is indeed a Nicky Zaddy Hattie with lids on the ice. Now, it's not a Natty Hattie. It's not a Nicky Zaddy Natty Hattie. It's a Nicky Zaddy Hattie. So the Zad Dog, all 3 in a 3-1 victory.
Is it not a Natty Hattie?
It is a Natty Hattie.
Isn't it all the same period to be a Natty? Or is it just 3 in a row?
3
consecutive.
It is a Nicky Natty Zaddy Hattie.
That's
Nicky Zaddy Natty Hattie.
What you said. Yeah, that's what it is.
Holy fuck. So what would that have paid on Betway, by the way? $1 billion to 1?
Yeah.
Holy shit balls. And you could see he had 2, and it's like, this game means nothing. Get Zadorov the hat trick and pump him out for a first to the worst GM in the league this summer.
See, poor Zad Dog.
Can I take a shot at him?
Yes.
Of course.
He had a terrible interview in between periods.
Did anybody do
They asked him about, what do you think of Dustin Wolf? How's it been playing in front of Dustin Wolf? No comment.
He said no comment, or he had no comment?
He said no comment.
What? Game's not over.
Nothing to celebrate yet.
Poor Brendan Parker's like, all right, thanks. Yeah. It was a little weird.
It's a second or third language at least, whatever. He probably didn't mean it like that. So, it was the hero. It was indeed Zadorov. And yes, Surf was up in the Saddle Dome as you showed. And
quite a night. Your boy Zadorov with 3. They're doing the wave.
You can do the wave in a meaningless game. It's just when it's a do or die in a 1-goal game in the third. That's not it. This is it. See? This is when you do the wave. Yeah, it's a lot. It's starting to feel like Walker's fan handbook, which is a lot. I really didn't want it to go this way.
I think so.
Really didn't. I'm disappointed it went that way. All right. And then the big jump itself got caught on camera. Dustin Wolf's first start in the NHL, and he starts every game with the launch of himself into orbit. He is not huge. He is goddamn athletic. Like hoop is above the crossbar there. This is an athlete. This is a showman. This is the best goalie outside the NHL. This is your AHL likely MVP.
Jumping around, doing the full splits.
They were so frustrated. They're trying to throw the puck in the net against them.
I know.
Can't do that. Illegal. Next, we have returning to the Calgary Wranglers, 3 members of the Calgary Flames. They papered down Walker Duehr and Jacob Pelche on trade deadline day and then brought them right back up. Didn't go. They just paper transaction. Yeah. They go back down to join the Calgary Wranglers, as does Dustin Wolf. They lost last night in Abbotsford. They'll play their Friday, Saturday, then season over, and then buckle up for a significant playoff run. They could, if they do well Friday, Saturday, lock down home ice throughout the entire American Hockey League postseason.
Let's have a nice long run.
Let's have a lovely run.
And you know what, fans? Let's get behind them.
Wow, how can you not? These are the kids.
Horse, that dancing horse. We want to see a lot of that dancing donkey there.
He can't even go practice with those guys.
I mean, I don't know about practice. He can't play. It was you had to be down on deadline day as part of that roster to get there. So he was still playing college then, if I'm correct. Maybe he could have been ATO'd for down the stretch, but
why
in
aren't
terms
you guys
of playoffs,
doing this with me?
This thing has to.
Feels so good.
I'm only going to put up with it because they show this when they win. Okay.
The Batusi. Ooh.
Speaking of,
guys are boring.
You want boring? Not this fight. How about this going down in Abbotsford last night? Rhett, I want you to walk us through this. This is Gallant for the Wranglers. And oh boy,
it's an old-time slobber knocker, JR.
This is old school. This is right back to your early days in the league.
Look at this. And if you're listening only, I apologize. Just bigger words.
Responds. Gallant still throwing bombs to his right. Kleber not going away. He loses his helmet.
It's a face-punching contest.
With the left. Kleber responds to the left.
Left's going retro.
Kleber knocks Gallant's helmet off. They are throwing bombs. An uppercut from Gallant. They're getting tired. And down they go. What a fight.
Yep. And what a call. Tip of the cap to whoever's calling the Abbey Canucks. You said, sorry if you can't see it. Well, you heard it.
Yeah.
It was
and
fucking awesome.
You may think it's dudes overselling
it.
No. He did it justice. That's an all-timer right
Didn't go full homer and try to claim his guy. He called a great fight there. And Alex Gallant, my Lord, this kid might have a family.
Usually he knocks people out, too, when he lands in when he punches. That guy.
It was Gallant against Alex Gallant against Alex Canuck Lapert. Double last name there. Lots going on. More punches landed than hyphenated names. Though. That was incredible. Okay. And then finally, I wanted to, Flame season's done. Where do they finish? It's back to peak sadness, fellows. Here are the overall standings in the NHL. Shit. The Flames will miss the playoffs. Florida will get in. They're one point up on Florida. They are going to select 16th. That is the lowest you can select while still missing the playoffs.
Well, maybe they'll win the lottery.
They could move up to 5th. Sure. Yeah.
I would be happy with that.
Everyone would be happy with that. The probabilities, a lot worse than the Flames making the playoffs there after that loss to Chicago. So it could happen, but let us temper.
And can you only move up to 5th? Like you can't.
You can move up 10 spots. So 11 and
but
down.
You either have to move up the full way or can they pick 8th?
No, they'll move up 10.
So if you move up, you have to move all the way.
There's 2 polls of the lottery. Those 2 teams move up 10 spots. Now, if you're third, you obviously can't go up 10. You'd pick first. The next poll, maybe it's 5. They'll move up to 2, and then whoever was dead last to pick third.
Now my head hurts.
I know. It's a lot. And they're like, you got to change the draft lot. You've changed it 3 times. We're all confused. Shut up. Let's go to NHL stuff. 15 games tonight. Here's what we know. Here's what we know. This is the playoff bracket. A lot of things to figure out. You're going to do some learning tonight, Dean. Look at the bracket.
Yeah.
There's so much to solve here.
I love brackets.
Basically, we have Winnipeg cemented into wild card 2. We have Central Division 3, the Wild are there. Everything else in the West is up for grabs, including 2 division leaders. Other side, Boston has won the Atlantic. We know we have Toronto, Tampa. Rangers will be the 3 seed in the Metro, but 3 division titles on the table tonight.
What would Gary say about?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have some parity to announce.
Clearly it's working, right, Gary?
We love 3-point games, Gary. Look how awesome this is. Now, to be fair, this year it was good. Last year we had the 8 teams in the East by Christmas figured out. That wasn't as good. So We'll take this year for sure, but I don't know that it necessarily means it happens all the time. Here's the slate. 15 games, all but 2 teams playing. That's Boomer's math, so email him if that's wrong. Some interesting ones here. A lot of teams playing for nothing, but Carolina can wrap up the division. Colorado can wrap up their division. Also, Vegas can wrap up their division. And some teams who can't move aren't playing guys. Minnesota can rest guys against Nashville. No sweat. Also, Tampa Bay and Toronto, obviously, they can rest guys. We know where they're going to be. And there's one other game I was keyed in on here.
Well, the Devils can move up too, right?
That's correct. They would be the team that Carolina's trying to hold off from winning the division. If it weren't for the Devils, Carolina would have it locked down already.
And I think that also matters. Like the Panthers, there's a lot.
A lot of action tonight.
Gary did a great job.
Whoever did this year's NHL script, excellent work. Bring them back for next year.
The Calgary part,
that is true. Kind
of sucked.
Stupid writer wasn't from Calgary, I guess. And Vegas, Seattle. If Seattle wins that, there's a chance for Edmonton still to get first in the West and the division.
Is Seattle the surprise of the league?
I think so.
I mean, I think it was a really surprising first third, and they've kind of just been good since then. But overall, yeah, I don't think anyone had Seattle making it.
You know what it is? I think it's because you talked about it a lot. Their goaltending was so bad.
Atrocious.
But this year, their scoring has been outstanding.
You're like, oh, their goaltending must have been way better.
The goaltending is
just okay still.
Was better.
Yeah,
but
just okay.
Like you said, McCann's a 40-goal guy. They had some of the most balanced scoring in the National Hockey League.
Deep, not stars, but a lot of second-line scoring type guys. See who they get. They can still play anyone in the division.
You know what? I don't care who they play. Go Kraken round 1.
Let's go.
Beat at Vegas. Beat at Dallas.
Beat at Edmonton.
Or if whatever happens there with Colorado, if they, let's go.
All right. And for the Colorado plays tonight.
Yeah.
The team they're playing, I believe, is Winnipeg. They're resting all kinds of bodies. Stay tuned for the Betway bets. We'll see if we can bounce on that one. Okay, we'll move along. Leafs continue to roll out guys who've never heard of. A 4th game in a row, they'll have an ATO. That's an amateur tryout in net. And people are getting, diapers full over this because it's the Leafs. But it is odd that people we haven't heard of for 4 games in a row are working the gate for the Leafs.
But there's all kinds of isn't oh my god,
the
captain in Vegas?
Yeah, Stone.
Yeah. Isn't he coming back now?
Well, I mean, stuff like that has happened in the past. I don't know that this year it does.
My point being,
there's worse things than this. Let's not get too uptight about this.
So whose panties are filling?
Mark Spector's.
Okay, I was going to say it's not league officials or anything.
First, all we heard was the 2-3 divisional format's not fair in Toronto. Now they're changing the league's rules on bringing up. Okay, no one's settle down. Settle down.
Yeah.
Anyway. Move along.
I like Mark Spector. Mark, if you're watching, I'm
Mark,
a fan.
Good fellow. Love to have you on. Just stop with the Leaf stuff. You ever been so bad you threw your microphone in the garbage after a show, Dean?
Only 3-4 times a week.
It's expensive. I wonder about it at the major league level. Let's go to the San Francisco Giants yesterday, where somebody wasn't happy with his performance, tried to blame the equipment, I suppose.
That glove. It's the glove's fault. This is a good one. I like.
So this is Rogers, a pitcher for the Giants. Rhett, into the garbage.
Just fuck it.
Yeah, I'm composed. Don't need that anymore. I suck at baseball. And you know what? Let's let it roll here. Yeah, just junk. And look, you know what? Give him credit. He's cool, calm, and composed. Yeah, nope. He then throttled the bench about 15 times.
He's not overreacting. He's very calm.
Wait, we're cutting it short. It's all right. There's a snap show at the end. Anyway, we'll move along.
That's the good part for sure.
That is. Just don't need this. Yeah. I'm going to go sell cell phones at the mall.
Now, does the bat boy have to go fish that out of the garbage? Because there'll be some spit and chew and gobs in there.
Mr. Rogers, do you think I should wipe this down with like some sanitizing wipes? Get that out of here! Get him a new one! It's the fucking majors! News from the footy crew. Cavalry announced their captains yesterday. Marco Carducci, the wall in net, the keeper. He back. He was in studio with Rob Kerr yesterday. Carducci!
Hey!
Marco Carducci! Marco Carducci!
Yeah,
so he doesn't go enough. He's
the Shoveler's a big fan of Marco Carducci too.
Really?
Well, I mean, look at him.
You also have Sergio Camargo, the Canadian, named a captain as well, and Escalante, our Honduras pal.
Like that.
He's back as the captain as well.
Like that.
Look at those.
Escalante.
Let's go.
exciting year for the Cavs. They open Saturday in stinking Hamilton.
What?
Friggin' Forge, the jerks.
Man, if I was in Belo, I'd go up there in my Cavalry jersey and
Yeah,
throw
you
some
would.
shit.
Burn the whole
That's
place down.
You know what I'd
dump.
take with me? Big Earn.
Lit off some of those smoke bombs.
Big Earn would be
Big
there.
Earn
That's
would be
right.
very helpful.
Yeah, this-
he would be.
Those Forge spectators, careful. Big buffer zone. There's Big Earn. That's 2:00 on Saturday. They'll have watch parties. Check out their social if you're into the Cavs. Can't get to Hamilton. Still ways to check out the game on the weekend. And finally, we talked about last night a little. I know you want to talk about it more. I have things to mention about last night as well. But it was a time to say goodnight last night. Good night to the Flames. And good night to Boomer, who, well, sometimes it's not your season, but sometimes it is your night.
I'm just leaving for the night. I got my water bottle there, my little gift.
There was a moment when you went to the metal detectors on your way out and someone made eye contact with you and there was a decision that had to be made. Am I stopping this man
Allowing this.
or is this going to happen? And the sheer confidence and swagger that Dean had led that person to believe clearly this is supposed to be happening. I'm out of my mind thinking I should even stop this.
Now, I do need to mention, for those that are just listening, what's happening is we were at the game last night. We'll talk about it. We were in one of the top shelf experience, and on the way out, the building's it's basically empty by now. You stay afterwards.
Post game.
So I do have a rather large bag, like a garbage bag-sized bag of popcorn.
Like if you raked leaves on your lawn in the fall, that sized
Yeah.
bag.
So what it is they, during the day at the Dome, they popcorn galore in the building.
All day.
And then, so some is ready for the suites. Some goes up to the third level, the second level, that whole
Sessions,
thing.
yeah.
So this hallway where the suites are, they would have one of these bags or two of these bags so that the suites have some popcorn.
Reload some corn.
And apparently, not a lot of popcorn eaters last night at the game. What, am I just going to let that go to waste?
No,
Now-
you are not.
Part two, I learned from one of the best.
It is not the first time we've seen this maneuver.
If it were not the lessons that I'd learned earlier in life, I would have just looked at that bag and thought, "Oh, that's too
Boy,
bad.
that's a
It's
lot
going to
of
be a waste
popcorn."
of popcorn." No, Ryan, it was many, many years ago where in a similar sort of a setting, we were at the game, doing it in a suite and leaving, and one long-armed friend of mine, a co-host of mine at
From
the
the
time,
rectangular province. Yeah.
he grabbed the bag of popcorn that was about that size, I would think. The thing was, then we were going out for some drinks afterwards. I believe we went to Cowboys, and he went to the coat check and checked his bag of popcorn. What is this? I need to check this.
This isn't a coat. No, but it's going to get checked.
I don't think you can do that. Yeah, I can. Slap somebody down, takes
Figure
a
it out.
tag, in we go to have some beers.
Where's the
Kids were
popcorn?
pumped. It was on the table in the morning.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
well my kids were
jacked.
Where'd you get this from? Texas? One of my kids says.
Texas.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But yeah, it was
You're set for the weekend.
I'm
man.
really
I threw that down on social media last night. A lot of people had some laughs, woke up to that, and one fucking stake in the mud. That's about $1,200 of popcorn retail. That's your Pinder report.
There you go. That is a presentation of Village Honda. Get in on the $1 million buy-in event. Get cash for your vehicle, paying top dollar. They'll throw in a tropical cruise to boot. That is how dedicated they are to filling their lot with quality used vehicles at Village Honda at the Northwest Auto Mall, villagehonda.com, your dealership for life. Got it.